to attachment, because attachment is huge within this field. It is very widely studied because, like nature nurture, attachment impacts a person throughout their entire life. And so we will talk about Mary Ainsworth, who started studying attachment and started labeling the different types of bonds that an infant will have with a caregiver. And this started in the 70s, and so of course at that time it was mainly the mother who was the primary caregiver. Now of course we know that fathers are just as important as mothers, and so the baby having a healthy attachment to both parents is very important. It's very significant. However, at this time the mothers were the focus of the study. And so what she did is she developed a study called the Stranger study. And so what she did was she had a mother and baby in a room, and there were toys within the room, and the baby would play with the toys, and the mother was reading a book, and then a stranger would come in, and they were looking to see how the baby reacted to the stranger entering their environment. And so depending on how the baby reacted, it could show what type of attachment the baby had. And then eventually the mother would leave the room for a brief period, and they watched to see how the baby interacted with it or responded to the mother leaving and to the stranger being there. And then the mother came back, and they evaluated and watched how the baby responded to the mother coming back to the situation. And so all these different elements of the study helped to define the different types of attachment that a caregiver and an infant can have with each other. And so what they found was a secure baby was willing to get down and play when there were toys in the room. So the mother and the baby are in the room together. The securely attached baby would get down and play with the toys and come back to the mother to touch base. So when the stranger came in and anything that maybe interrupted their playing, or maybe they wanted to show their mother something, then they would go back to the mother and they would touch base with her, connect with her, use her for a safety support. And so the infant felt very comfortable with the mother. When the mother left, the infant got upset. Busily would cry and be upset because the mother was gone. And when the mother would return, the infant would approach the mother and be soothed by the mother. The infant wanted to be picked up, wanted to be held, found comfort in the holding and the soothing that the mother provided. And so those different types of responses told the researchers this child was attached securely to their parent. The avoidant response was that the baby was somewhat willing to explore, and when they went to explore, they didn't touch base with the mother. They didn't come back to show her things. When the stranger entered the room, they didn't come back to touch base to make sure that they were okay, that their environment was okay. They didn't use the mother in that way that the secure attached baby did. And they didn't look at the stranger. They didn't look at the mother. They didn't react to the mother leaving the room. It wasn't upsetting to the child. Or if it was a very brief upset, and then the child went back to playing. And when she returned, there was really no interaction or interest or concern that she came back. They didn't need soothe because they weren't upset she left. And so that was the avoidant response. Ambivalence talks about mixed feelings. And so the babies were clingy, and they really weren't wanting to explore the toys or explore the environment. And they were upset with the stranger being present, regardless if the mother was there or if the mother left. The stranger in their environment was upsetting to them. And so when the mother came back, or when the mother left, they protested a lot. They were very upset that she was gone. But when she came back, the baby is very hard to soothe. They wanted to be picked up, but they didn't want her at the same time, so the mother would pick up the child to comfort the child, and the child would start kicking her. The child wanted up and they wanted that comfort, but then they also didn't want it at the same time, and that's the ambivalence. They can't decide if they want to engage with their mother or they don't want to engage with her, and that was their response. In the 1990s, they came up with another group called disorganized, and the babies were just unable to decide how they should react when the mother returned. And so they would approach her, but they wouldn't make eye contact with her. It's like almost they were afraid to make eye contact with her. So these infants seemed fearful, and they seemed depressed with their facial features when trying to interact with their mother, and they couldn't interact with her in a positive way. And so how the mothers respond to the baby impacts how the baby responds to the mother. So mothers of secure infants are loving, are warm, are sensitive to the infant's needs. And they're responsive to the infant. So when the infant starts to talk to them, the mother will respond back to them. Mothers of avoidant babies were unresponsive, insensitive, and kind of cold rejecting. And so they weren't connecting with their baby. The ambivalent babies, the mother of ambivalent babies, tried to respond, but were inconsistent and insensitive to what the baby needed. So if the baby was playing with blocks and the mother was talking to the baby, she wouldn't talk about blocks. She would talk about something else. And so she wasn't engaging with what the baby was doing. She was talking about something else that was significant for her, but not necessarily for the infant. And so the mothers of disorganized or disoriented babies were generally found to be abusive or neglectful in their interactions with their infant, and that's where the fearful response came from. And so the babies and the moms are reading cues from each other, and that's how they're responding and engaging with each other. Is the mom responsive? Can the baby connect with the mom? And what prevents that from happening? And when that doesn't happen, these other three types of responses can occur. And like I said, this happens, the impact of attachment lasts a lifetime. So infants who are securely attached at 18 months are more enthusiastic, they are more persistent, they were more cooperative than the children in the other three categories. Generally, secure babies are happy babies, and so they definitely express that. Boys with insecure attachments, as they grow, are more aggressive, more disruptive, they're more assertive, controlling, attention-seeking than boys who have secure attachments. And girls with insecure attachments show more dependent behavior than girls with secure attachments. And so that definitely impacts development. It also impacts your relationships, romantic relationships, as you get into your early 20s.